was once a man by the name of Hitler, and I always like people to know this story. We're not talking about whether he was good or bad. I'm not looking at him from that aspect. What I'm saying is that Hitler was a scientist. So what he decided to do is he was going to take some of his people and breed them for success. So Hitler bred his people. He kept breeding and breeding and breeding. And as he was breeding, he was making a super white race. Super. I ain't hating. He do what he got to do. You understand? That's what he thought was necessary. At the same time, he was doing that, and he only did it for 40 years or so. The Anglo-Saxon was breeding also. He was breeding a Negro. And he had been doing it from the time he brought his section of slaves until the time they gave us some sort of freedom. And he was breeding and breeding and breeding. When a slave could not do his work, the slave was put to long sleep or hung. And when a female slave couldn't do her work, the same thing. The first batch was pushed overboard during the crossing. That's the first batch of slaves, just pushed right overboard. The next batch was brought to America to work. So he bred them, not for brains. He bred for physical strength. He wanted to know who was strong and who could work long hours and not complain. He bred masses and masses of slaves, physically superior. At the same time, Hitler was doing the same thing. Except he was already starting with a different quality of stock. The American European, or I don't like to say the white man because I'm not trying to be insulting. This is science. I am not prejudiced. I am sensible, so I prefer my own. But he kept on breeding. Soon he had a super Negro. This Negro could knock the ball out of any baseball field over and over again till he held the record. This nigga could go up for a jump shot and stay suspended in midair for a while, like a fly, because he was super bred. What happened is, eventually, they had an Olympics, and Hitler brought his superior man that he had bred to the race. And he ran him against a superior bred Negro by the name of Jesse Owens. As you know, in the race, when Jesse Owens won the race, Hitler was so insulted that instead of staying for the ceremony, he left because he realized that he was running against a super-bred human that was started with far superior stock. This brought a lot of attention to the American Negro or black, whatever you want to call him, because the name changes as we get wiser. Soon, it was understood that he had created a superhuman race. So they began to put take chains off of his ankles and wrists and put it on his mind, making him think that we were inferior. Of course, boxers like Muhammad Ali, Tyson, whoever you want to name, kind of proved that that wasn't true. Mentally, yes, we were inferior. When he cut us loose, we began to breed for beauty. Niggas who could fight took the best looking women. The best looking women married the best looking and the strongest men. And the breeding went on and on and on until today. It's very hard to find a bad looking Negro, nigger, black. It's hard to find a bad looking one, male or female. Don't get me wrong, I see one or two every now and then. But basically it's hard to find that. Now that we have finished searching for the best looking and the European has bred us to be the strongest, it is time for us to start breeding for brains. got a big butt and she can't help pay any bills. Do not care if a nigga got waves and he can't pay the rent. Don't allow those things to influence you. Breed for brains. Ask a nigga how much is 2 and 2. If he say he don't know, just never mind. Breed for brains. If a sister go walking past and you just can't help but taking that look back, ask her, what's the square root of 25? If she don't know, I know it's hard to say, brothers. I know the deal. I guess if they don't know, you might say, well, hey, what the hell? But no, pass it up. Find a sister. I don't care if she weighs 700 pounds. 600. Find a sister and breed for brains. When you leave your child home with a woman who don't know, she is not teaching him nothing except what Jerry Springer says. And when your man is at the party all night at the club, dancing and writing lyrics, because he's spitting some of the hottest lyrics that just ain't been published yet, that nigga tell him to do that to the landlord when he come for the rent. Say, spit some lyrics to that nigga. Show him your steps. Show him what you can do. Show him what you do. Where you going? Where you going? Get back out here. Breed for brains. The beginning of breeding for brains is unity. Find people who are doing something. Don't be in nothing. When you missing and you not in nothing, don't be like that. Join something. Join anything. I don't care if it's the Cub Scouts. Join something. Be a part of something so that you can find out what you know. But if you're sitting in the house by yourself, you and your woman, your man, and you're talking back and forth of how heavy you are, how clever you are, how smart you are, ain't nobody in the audience except the kids who are waiting for dinner, so they clapping everything you say. You're mentally masturbating. That's what you're doing. You're mentally masturbating yourselves. Join something. Find somebody. Don't hesitate to have a leader. It ain't bad to have a leader. Join up, get a leader, talk to the leader, and push yourselves up. If a brother got to find 2 women, most of you niggas out here got 2 women anyway, but you spend so much time not letting them know each other that you can't accomplish anything. If you got 2 women, let one stay home and take the kids, you and the other one go out and make some money, get out of poverty. When you get up out of poverty, all 3 of y'all might see life different. But get up out the bottom. Get up off the bottom. Educate yourselves. Join somebody. All the leaders, we have so many leaders. You got a philosophy for damn near everything. You got those who think the Muslims is right. You got those who think the Nation of Islam, Muslim is right. The 5% is right. The Holy Rollers is right. The chicken eaters are right. Join something. If you don't join anything, you are the cause.